Hey everyone, my name is Tegan and welcome back to this channel. So I apologise in advance if you don't like Taylor Swift, but I very much do. But you can just click away from this video because I wanted to dedicate some time talking about the Reputation tour, because I've been waiting for about 9 years to see Taylor Swift perform live in person, and I finally saw her on Friday, which was Friday the 8th of June, which is the Manchester Night 1 show. So I'm going to talk about that for a bit. I'm going to start off with, we're going to go through like outfits, merch, all that stuff before we get to the full tour review. Because I have been waiting for this so long, I want to be one of the people who like dressed up a bit. Because I was in the nosebleeds, which is the very, very back of the stadium, I thought I didn't want to go all out. Like people who come with like props and signs and like full production costumes. So I went with, it's a bit creased now, this like sweatshirt, kind of a sweatshirt, but yeah, it's the Blind for Love. It's like the fake Gucci sweatshirt from the scene in the Look What You Made Me Do video. So it's kind of dressing up, but it's not like too costumey, it's like a sweatshirt. Yeah, this is very affordable and I'll put a link to that in the description of this video if you care. And I wore that with black high-waisted shorts, tights. I wanted to wear like wedged boots for like aesthetic purposes, but I realised that that would make me really tall. And also I can't stand them in very long, so I went with that. And I also had like glitter down the side of my face, and I'll put some pictures of that here, as you can see. I'm wearing this little snake ring that I got to wear to the show, because she sells her own snake rings, but they are like £60. And I've seen videos of people who have broke instantly, and this was £2, so it's not going to break. But I forgot to wear it to the show, so I'm wearing it now. So we got to Etihad Stadium probably, it was literally just as Charlie XCX came on stage, because we were outside because we were running a bit late, but we heard the entire of her performance like crystal clear. And I honestly think that Camila should have gone first and Charlie could have gone second, because I felt even from outside, I was like very hyped up during Charlie's performance. But we were outside buying merch, and I got this top here. It has the dates on the back. I will put a picture here, and I'll also put pictures of like all the merch options and the prices. Because I got this, it was for £30. I was going to buy one of those tour patches you can get that has your like date and your state, or your city more like, because they're only £5, but they ran out. And I didn't want to go around to the merch place on the other side of the stadium just to ask, in case I queued for ages and they ran out. But yeah, this top is a small, because tour shirts are usually, they are quite large. And I always end up getting mediums, so I think, oh yeah, not that small, and then they end up being huge. But this one kind of fits me. Also it got the tour programme, and it's quite thick. And I'll be referring to this a lot during this video because I have a terrible memory. But this was £15, and it's basically pictures of the tour. It's got set lists, it's got facts, it's got behind the scenes things. And it also, right at the front, has like Taylor's introduction speech to the tour, and that was very sweet to read. So as you walk into the stadium, you get given one of these, which it stopped flashing now, but yeah, you get given one of these. And these came on the 1989 tour as well, and everyone in the stadium gets given one, and they all like flash in time to the music, and they change colours, and it's a way of you being able to see like every single person in the stadium. So I was looking out across the crowd and I was like, this is what 55,000 people looks like, because they're all light. And I think that's really sweet, because I think Taylor said it herself in a video or an interview or something, that with these she can see every single person, even the ones like where I was, like up in the nosebleeds where you normally can't see. But you see a little light, and it's a light for everyone. As soon as the show ended, they went to like a default mode, I guess, which was like flashing red, like 2 flashes every few seconds, and it went on for that for maybe 3 days, then the battery died. Well, that's why it's dead. So now we are going to talk about the tour, the performance itself. So the opening number was Ready for It, and we kind of all expected this, first of all, because it has a long introduction with the bass beat, which like the lights would start flashing in time to, and it's the album opener, so it was expected. So for like the Red tour, she opened up with State of Grace, which was the album opener, and for 1989 she did Welcome to New York, which was the album opener. So we thought that was expected, and it was so cool. because as the bass beat comes on, there's also just like smoke, is it smoke? Coming up and like pulsing in time, and it's just very dramatic. It's so cool, and you can feel the bass beat like throbbing in your heart. So you are literally one with the show, and it's so cool. This was her opening number outfit, which I think is my favourite outfit of the tour. Even though from where I was sat, she was like teeny tiny, so I couldn't really see the outfits, and even on the big screen, that was so far away, I couldn't see her much. But judging from pictures, I like this outfit the most. The next song after Ready For It was I Did Something Bad, and the opening to that is like a religious experience. It has like, it's quite similar to the I Knew You Were Trouble performance on the 1989 tour, but her vocals have improved so much this era, and it's like incredible to watch the progression of it, and also just revamping this song. Even though it's a new song, it's giving it an extra special edge to it, so it's unique to the tour, and it's, well, I think I Did Something Bad needs to be a single. And also during the bridge of the song with the whole The Burning of the Witch scene you aren't one bit, and the whole Light Me Up thing, and they literally lift her up like a bonfire, and it's so cool. After that came Gorgeous, and Gorgeous is a song on the album that I'm not really fond of, just because in comparison to other songs on the album, like Don't Blame Me, I Did Something Bad, Dress, like Delicate, it doesn't quite live up to it, but it's a catchy song. I mean, it's a good song. But this is a song where the tour performance made me love it so much more. After that came a mashup between Style, was it a mashup? No, it was a medley. It was Style, Love Story and You Belong With Me, which I would have died if they were all the full song, which I think she had time for, because I think she came on stage early, so she finished early. But I would have loved the full performance of Style, especially because it's a newer song, because it's only on her last album, unlike You Belong With Me, which was, I don't know, 3 or 4 albums ago. And it's a single. So Style, even Love Story, which is like one of her most iconic songs of all time, and You Belong With Me, which was the first Taylor song I've ever heard. Like 9 years ago, I was listening to You Belong With Me alone in my bedroom. Then, literally last week, I was watching it live with 55,000 other people screaming along to it, and that was a moment. It was, even Style, it had some new instrumentation to it that made it unique and newer to the era. But, oh, and Love Story, she went back to the original like country version rather than the 1989 pop version. But, you know, I wish they were full songs, because they're like the songs I love most. Style was like one of my favourite songs of hers, and it was a great performance, but I needed more. Then she went off stage for a bit, and there's a video introduction to Look What You Made Me Do. And I thought this would be like nearer to the end of the set, maybe even the closer, because it was the opening single for the Reputation album, and for the past, I know for at least the past 2 tours, she's ended the show with the opening single. So 1989 ended with Shake It Off, and Red ended with We're Never Ever Getting Back Together. So I thought she would end it with this, because it would be a very dramatic ending. But it was in the first half of the set, and it came after like all her like cute, kind of like cuter country love songs. So I thought it was a really interesting placement. It had this huge inflatable snake come up on the stage, and it was spinning round, and watching it deflate again I found so funny, and I don't know why. But it was an incredible performance. It had like all the dancers back on stage, it had a new like bridge bit for the vocals. But I do wish that Taylor did the Because She's Dead bit every night rather than the video, because I saw her do it at, was it Biggest Weekend? She was in Swansea, and like we were robbed of that moment. But it's an incredible performance. We can see here that there is a picture of the giant snake. Oh my god. Can you even see that? After that came Endgame, which was basically like the chorus and pre-chorus looped loads of times, then Taylor's verse, and then the chorus again loads of times. Which conflicted about, because I do think Taylor has the ability to do Future's verse and Ed's verse. So I think there was probably like some, I guess, wasted time in that set, just doing the chorus over and over again. When, you know, I was expecting more. And I don't really remember much of this performance, because all I could hear was just like big repetition, big repetition, big repetition on repeat. And that's the part of the album that I like least. Like Endgame is not my least favourite song, but just the big repetition bit I don't like. And it was on repeat. So after that came King of My Heart, And this is a song that is probably one of my least favourites on the album, just because it's not my usual like things I listen to. But the tour performance gave it such a special place in my heart because I love it so much more live. And the only bit I recorded of this song, because I'm a person, I film so much at tours, just because I have a terrible memory, and if I don't film it I'm not going to remember it. And I recorded the bridge of it, which is the whole, is this the end of all the endings, my broken bones are mending, which has like quickly become my favourite like lyric, some of my favourite lyrics from Reputation, it's my favourite bridge on Reputation. And then came Delicate, like the blessing we all deserve. Taylor opened the song, she had a new outfit on, she has like rainbow sparkly fringe dress on. She did a speech at the start and I can't really remember it, but I know at the start of the month she did a speech about Pride Month before Delicate, which was like very cute. And in my video of the beginning of the song you can hear the crowd yelling 1, 2, 3, let's go bitch, because that is a meme, I guess it's a meme. A girl started it at the beginning of the tour and everyone's caught on, but mostly just the Tumblr fandom. And Taylor has also picked up on it and has started just counting in the 1, 2, 3 it shows. So I guess there's some people who are very confused, but I know no one near me did it, but you can hear it in my video. And then Taylor gets into this like beautiful lit up fairy light basket thing and then flies across the stadium to the B stage that is right in front of me, just a long way away because I'm right at the back, but it's directly in front. And it's just a magical thing to watch, like even the pictures and just videos of her like slowly gliding across in this like fairy lights chariot. It's a dream. And the song after was Shake It Off, and the picture in the tour book, it's kind of really blurry and low quality, but it looks exactly like all my iPod pictures do. And Shake It Off, she brought on her openers Camila Cabello and Charlie XCX to the song for a little bit. And there was confetti everywhere, there were rainbow lights all over the crowd, she was in a rainbow dress. And then she's more interacting at the back of the stadium, so even if you haven't paid hundreds of pounds to be right at the front, you still feel like connected to Taylor, and she has a way of making a massive room feel intimate. My stomach's grumbling. Some pictures of the rainbow. While she was on stage, she just like, you know, took off this dress and she had this sparkly snakeskin bodysuit underneath, where she puts on her jacket covered in patches. For our show she did an acoustic version of I Knew You Were Trouble, then she does Dancing with Her Hands Tied. And the patch on her jacket changes each time, so it has the current like tour city or tour date on it, which is really cool, and it's like a very little detail that means so much to the audience, because it's making even that outfit personal to us. But before she sang Dancing with Her Hands Tied, she did a speech about the Manchester terror attack at the Ariana Grande concert, which was about a year ago, maybe more than a year ago now. And that speech was, I teared up. It was a beautiful moment, especially since we were in the city where it happened, and it just meant so much for her to honour that. Even though it's something that didn't happen to her and it was like a year ago, it just felt so like nice and genuine of her to mention that and dedicate the song to them. And then after Dancing with Her Hands Tied, she walked through the crowd to the B stage on the other side of the stadium. She walked across, she did Blank Space, which is a bop. I don't really have much to say because it's Blank Space. And then she did Dress. This performance was magical. She has like, I guess they're called fabric dancers, the long skirts of fabric on and they're twirling around behind her. And there's ones on the main stage, there's ones on the other B stage. Even if you're not there, there's still things happening around you. And I've seen pictures of them twirling behind her with the fabric out, and it looks like she has angel wings, and it's honestly so pretty to watch. And during the final chorus, where she does the whole say my name and everything just stops bit, like the entire room just like blacks out, and you can hear everyone screaming for her, and it's a moment. After this came Bad Blood and Should Have Said No, and she flew back to the main stage on like this skeleton, I can show you. It's like a snake skeleton thing, and she flies across back. And Bad Blood, I think, is my least favourite Taylor song of all time. But the performance made it grow on me. And this also has some new instrumentation that makes me like it a bit more. And it was mashed up with Should Have Said No. And that was a complete throwback to her first album. And because I thought like, oh, you know, I'm seeing her for the sixth album, that I'm never going to see like her first album live. But she did it. And when I just heard the first introduction chorus of Should Have Said No, like my heart stopped. Like I've been waiting for this moment for 9 years. And then she went off stage for another costume change and came back for Don't Blame Me. And this, I would happily pay like the full VIP cost of like £500 or whatever it is just to watch her perform this song for 2 hours straight. This is the religious experience. Like her vocals, this is a song that was playing in HMV when I went to buy the album. And I thought like, even just the studio version, I thought like her vocals have improved so much, it's insane. But then hearing it live and the extra bits she's added in, that's insane. And I would pay her so much money just to sing that song forever. All this like light up screen moves around, instead of being like the full like screens everywhere, it was just like these little bits. And to me it gives me like church window vibes, which I think really adds to this whole gospel feel of the album. After that she went onto the piano, so it was just her, the piano and the crowd for Long Live and a New Year's Day mashup, which I think these are Long Live, if you don't know, is the song dedicated to the fans. And I was praying that she would play the full thing, but she didn't. But these songs mashed together is really cute. She like messed up a little bit on the transition, so the crowd had a moment with her. And it was cute. But I wish they were full songs. They were so good, but I wish it was the full song. And before the tour started, I was wondering if she would be able to like tie in the poems that she wrote in the magazines that came with the Reputation CD, if you bought them, of course. And she did include the poems. But when she was doing her outfit change after the New Year's Day thing from that long gown, it was visuals of like her in this pretty blue dress with the wind blowing and smoke bombs in a desert, reading out the Why She Disappeared poem. And that was not a moment, it's not a moment. But it was a really like interesting and thoughtful thing to tie in. So instead of just doing like video introductions for each song or each outfit change in the set, it was actually her own poem and it was very personal to everyone. And after that came Getaway Car, which is one of my favourite songs on the album. And for all his performance, she's wearing like it looks like a very fearless era. Like the sparkly fringe dress, and it's purple as well. But she has this like glittery oversized blazer on top, and it was, even when she's so far away and she's teeny tiny, she's just this little beautiful purple sparkly thing, and that was cute to watch. This song was like just her like dancing around, but I really loved the visuals to this because it was desert inspired, so it fitted back with the visuals we saw in the Why She Disappeared poem. But also there were lyrics coming across the screen in neon signs that felt very reminiscent to the 1989 era for me. Then she takes off the jacket but keeps that sparkly fringe dress on for Call It What You Want, which is also my favourite song on the album. But the placement in this felt weird. I thought like Getaway Car would come earlier in the set, but having that upbeat song with Call It What You Want afterwards, which is like the slow love song, like not ballady, but it's a calmer, slower love song. And that felt like a weird like ping pong of emotions that I couldn't really keep up with, but it happened. It happened. And this was, I think the first half of it was her just like walking around the stage, and it has these visuals of this like mansion that has been abandoned, and it reminds me of the lyric in the song about the windows being boarded up against a storm or something like that. And this song also has some of my favourite lyrics in, which is "They took the crown but it's alright and loves me like I'm brand new." And just hearing that in person was a bit where I like teared up again, and it hit me right in the feels. But in the second half of the song, the fountain, it's a full functioning fountain like comes up the stage, and she's got confetti everywhere, and I don't have it on me, but I'll put pictures. but she has this like, it's massive confetti, but it has like, it looks like a tiny little newspaper, which looks like the Reputation album cover. I bet she just died, but I went off to get this little bit of confetti, and it's huge for confetti. But yeah, we were picking it off the floor outside because it's like it's just so cute, and there's so much detail and thought put into this as well. What was I talking about? I was talking about Call It What You Want. Oh yeah, because I kind of think that Call It What You Want because the dancers only came at the end. So I think they probably should have like not had the dancers at all, and maybe that song should have just been like Taylor acoustic on a guitar. And maybe Dance With Her Hands Tied should have been like the full production number because it is dancing with her hands tied, and it's a more upbeat song. But also I really do love the acoustic version, and it's made the song grow on me so much more. So I'm conflicted. And now we're moving on to the final 2 songs of the set list. We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together made an appearance, but it was only for like half the song. This is another mashup. There's been 4 mashups on this tour, which was The Style, Love Story, You Belong With Me, New Year's Day, Long Live, Should Have Said No Bad Blood, and now it's We're Never Ever Getting Back Together, and This Is Why We Can't Have Nice Things, which is the longest title ever. Yeah, this was mostly just Taylor and her backup singers, really just like strutting around with their fountain that's working, and there's water coming out of it, and oh my god. Yeah, this was kind of a strange choice of mashup, I think, because also the We're Never Ever Getting Back Together bit was so short it felt unnecessary. But the final song was This Is Why We Can't Have Nice Things, and this is a song I was kind of putting a bet on to be the closing song, even though I thought it could be Look What You Made Me Do because that was the lead single, but I was placing bets more on this because it's the more fun party song. And this performance was incredible. This is another song on the album that is in like the lower half of my favourites, but I love it so much more. Of watching Taylor stand on this fountain in this sparkly dress with water everywhere, and she looks so happy and joyous and free, but she's singing this song about what the people have wronged her, and it's such a beautiful moment. And like, fountain. I'm now going to start talking about this fountain, but it was an incredible closer, and oh my god, there's no more pictures. But seeing her so happy, especially since I remember seeing videos on the Red Tour of her singing All Too Well, and she's so sad and broken, and the 1989 tour has like a lot of negative press happening, and even at the start of this era there's the whole like Kim Ye drama, but amongst all that negativity and her finally looking happy, that was like, as a fan, that's the moment I've been waiting for so many years now. And in conclusion, that is the Reputation tour. It sounds so weird to say that I've seen her live. I've seen my favourite person in the whole world live. And also for a little reference of what my seats were like, I'll put this as a big picture, but here's the B stages here. This like entire floor bit here wasn't there, because this is obviously a bigger stadium that I went to. I guess it was one of the smaller stadiums on the tour, but this seating bit wasn't here, so the block, like the 100s block, or the first tier seating, was right by the stage. And I was here, right at the back. In my block they have the A to Z rows, and I was in a row with a double letter in. So I know it goes like A, B, C all the way to Z. Then it went into AA, BB, CC, DD, and I was in HH. So I was in the rows that don't even exist. In conclusion, the Reputation tour is the greatest night of my life, and I went from listening to her songs alone in my bedroom to listening to them in a room full of 50,000 people, like singing and dancing and screaming the words, and it was an incredible moment. So thank you for watching this video. If you've seen her, Taylor, already, like, talk about it in the comments. I just want more Taylor love in the world. And if you were thinking of seeing her but haven't yet, then you should, even if you sit right at the back, you'll have like the best time. And there's nothing else I can say about this. So thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.